Niggas think
You know
100 unarmed humans beating a polar bear?
bro, who
What?
that
Yeah,
big as a bitch.
That's crazy.
Bro,
Damn.
I looked up the stats of a gorilla. Y'all, I know it seems beatable because it says some of them weigh like 300 pounds and shit, but I also seen that no matter what, if a gorilla uses full swing, he gonna break your skull. Like your skull will break if he hits you. Y'all do not understand. Niggas talking about we don't understand humans. Nigga, if you see a nigga get his skull broke from a hit in front of you, I guarantee you the next three niggas gonna at least think that. You're going to say, I'm
Oh,
not.
That's
wait, what's they bite for us again?
no, hold on. There are people who think we could kill a polar bear. Do they realize a polar bear is killing 100 men? Like, don't get me wrong. I understand, like in the past, um, we were hunters and all that, but that's a polar bear. Like, we don't screw with polar bears, bro. They they hungry, bro. They could probably max out like 100 men, bro. Like, don't sleep on a bear. Now, gorilla. The thing is, like, to start out, a gorilla is not really gonna be hostile. Yeah, they're really not gonna be hostile, mainly because like they're herbivores. They're not carnivores or anything.
It's two
Bro.
times that of a lion. Two times, double a lion.
But in a gorilla, one punch can kill a human. Like break an entire skull. That's it. What you doing? What you doing with that? Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, in the past, cavemen were able to hunt like giant dinosaurs and all that. Now, it's just humans with bare hands. Here's the thing that's crazy about this is that every time, people give us these feats about, oh yeah, humans can do this, humans can do that. We had tools, you know? Like, humans had tools to handle those animals. Like, even if a tool is just a giant rock that you're just slamming onto a target, it's still a weapon. Like 100, I don't know why we're having this big conversation about this. Like 100 men versus a gorilla is some stupid stuff, but 100 men versus a polar bear? Do they know how polar bears be murdering everything in sight? A gorilla, one punch, is strong enough to kill a human. But again, as long as it's like a regular gorilla, because a regular gorilla will be like too scared. If it's an orangutan, I don't know. Because orangutans be crazy.
And you know what's crazy? Like whenever gorillas fight, they bite each other, but it don't like they sometimes be eating them.
Because their skin is just that tough.
Yeah, it's tough and a bit. So if 100 humans got to bite now, not break
It wouldn't
that.
do nothing.
Wouldn't do nothing, bro. It's
And
crazy.
their bones are way denser too, bro. Like you're not gonna hurt it.
No, got a flexing right there.
Bro, I watched a video of a gorilla. I watched a video of a gorilla. Like when he's
Chef slides out his freshly baked giant garlic knots, slathers them in a healthy amount of garlic oil, some grated Parmesan cheese, oregano and parsley, then shakes it all up until each huge garlic knot looks like this. He takes out 6 of them, slices them open, packs them with a layer of his thick vodka sauce. Their crispy and sizzling chicken cutlet, more vodka sauce, grated Parmesan cheese, a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, a drizzle of spicy hot honey. Then each garlic nut gets 2 slices of mozzarella, closed up, baked in the oven one more time, finished with more of that garlic oil, and freshly grated cheese. These are the chicken vodka parm hot honey garlic knot sliders from Gallery of Merrick on Long Island, New York. Chef slides out his freshly baked giant garlic knot.
That did look good. But I wanted to react to this on stream. New trailer for the Jago Legends Monstrosity series. So let's see.
I'm lost.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is Legos? Nah. What? Bowl. No, it wasn't chicken, bro. It was chicken cutlet. Yo. You're telling me this is Ninjago? Oh wait, the camera's pointing this way. You're telling me this is Ninjago? What? What's up, Bull? How you doing? All right, I'm not gonna say anything. Hold on.
I'm lost in this monster.
That's Ninjago? What's good, Dark? What's good, Dark? That's Ninjago? Nah, they snapping. That's actually crazy. No, nothing about that seemed like it was Ninjago. Yo, can we get a Ninjago video game? I won't lie, that'd be kind of gas. That was crazy though. So it's taking place after OG Ninjago, or
I tend to deal with things in life with a sense of humor. My therapist on Better Health and we share this trait, and so we connect on a deeper level, and I'm more comfortable sharing things with him.
so it's taking place after the OG Ninjago. Master Wu seems to be like a ghost, and the fire user is a Kai. Yeah. Now you see me, now you don't. I saw this. I'm excited for Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Weapons is, man, that's gonna be a sequel. Now, Dark, Code Violet. How you feeling about this horror game?
You think you really know what's happening around here? How far are you willing to go?
Docket ending 675, two people versus Peter Rubin. Charge is murder in the second degree, attempted murder in the second degree.
Oh, the City Hall shooting. How'd that get so lucky? That's the usual. The justice run out of luck.
If they ever confirm when it takes place, it would be so sick if we see an old man version. Yeah, that would be sick, actually. What's up? How you feeling about Cold Violet? If you don't get hyped, tell you. I would not. This could never be me. How much physical strength does she have? Being able to hold back a raptor with one arm. No, that's my fault. My fault. Hello. Hi. I'm back. What's good? What's good? But yeah, how strong is this girl? What is the story? I don't. She's not outrunning them. You see how fast she's running? She's not outrunning them. The game looks good though. Dang, she got it. What is that, camouflage? Stupid. Bro, I'm done. I am good, bro. I'm just like, you see, this could never be me. Maybe it's because of my black instincts, but I would never put myself in this position. Like, why is this girl here with all these dinosaurs? Bro, nothing good can come from going from here. She probably a soldier. Yeah, you're right. She probably is. But like, is your objective to kill the dinosaurs? Like, what? I might get this game. I might get it. She killed her old friend for backwood. What does that mean? That is crazy. Clap.
Access granted. Welcome, Jackson Cave.
So it's like you're a female thick, solid snake. You were neighbors with the dancer. Bro, no, I was not, bro. You see them? Oh, you see all that?
Security control room access granted.
You see all of that? Like, my God, they hate it. Solid cake? Yes, sir. With melons. Oh, you're going through the hole? Well, that doesn't sound... Ooh, I like the lighting. Clap. So, like, where'd she go? Oh, they got the solid snake. Okay, they... Yeah. What? she
malfunction.
talks.
Please close shutters manually. Warning, large biological life form nearby.
Bro.
Lockdown lifted. Please report shutter issue to maintenance.
Could not be me. Could not be me. I don't think that's good. Oh, that's a lot of them. Yeah, I think the scary factor of that is definitely going to be lighting. The lighting of the game is very good. What? I'm not watching that. Tower of Fantasy. No, I can't. I can't, bro. I got out of it once. I'm not. No. Legacy would be too scared to play the game, bro. But the cake, I'd have to play the game. Ooh. Steady pulse. I see. Take a look at this 4K announcement. All right, let's see.
Bharat, the land of ancient India. A blessed land of noble heroes and glittering cities.
Stone.
But where heroes rule,
Okay,
villains
that should be
will
better.
attack. Where wealth is plentiful, plunderers will pillage. The time has come to fight these invaders.
Sneeze like an
The
autism.
time has come to fight
I
these
don't.
monsters.
I swear, man.
The time has come to fight the demons. The time has come to fight those.
Is this a soul game?
The forest
I think this is a soul game.
The time has come to declare war. It's time for you to join the army of heroes. Fight the monsters. Stand with your people.
Oh, it's co-op?
Play the age of Bharat. Protect the weak. Punish the wicked. Bharat Mata ki jai.
Okay, a PC only game. That could be pretty good. Now, Borderlands though. I won't lie, Dark. Bowl. They cooking with what they got. Confirming 2 DLC Vault Hunters plus added story. Okay.
Hey guys, Dadtix here. Each Vault Hunter in Borderlands 4 offers a unique playstyle that empowers you with one of 3 signature abilities called action skills. Between your action skills, augments, capstones, and 3
This
branching
one's gonna
skill
be so
trees,
much.
you can create a
Yeah. So much better. For sure. I mean, just from what we saw, a lot better. Because Borderlands 3, gameplay, it was decent, but it was too slow. Like, Borderlands 2 felt faster pace. Now, this game, they got it. I like the skill trees, by the way. Siren looks really cool.
a huge variety of supremely powerful builds. Check out my last video if you want to see how guns, enhancements, and ordnance can further affect these builds. So let's go through each Vault Hunter, what we know about them, and the skills system. First, let's take a look at the skill tab. Each Vault Hunter has their own skill tree across 3 action skills. We're looking at Vex the Siren skills right now. She's invested 19 points so far in the Vexcalation skill tree, which starts off with the action skill Incarnate. We'll go through that soon. You'll notice an extensive skill tree with paths below this skill, and you'll have 3 different ones for the 3 different skills, making for 9 different paths. Respectively possible for a cost at hubs located in the world. Throughout the skill tree though, you'll also unlock augments and capstones. At a baseline, you can have 1 augment and 1 capstone active. You have a few augment options, but capstones are reserved for the end skills of tree paths. We see 3 here for each skill tree. Reading a path's capstone will give you an idea of how this build will play. Skills picked across trees carry over no matter what skill you have selected, but augments and capstones won't.
What characters
Last,
are
each
you
Vault
guys
Hunter has a
using
unique
in Borderlands
trait,
4?
a passive bonus that impacts how they play. In Vex's case, she has Phase Covenant. It makes her attuned
build
to the
making is going to
element
be
type of her
so
current
good.
gun, converting her action skills and melee damage into that type, which we see during gameplay.
That is
where she
crazy.
converts her Eldritch Blast and also converts her Phase Familiar named Trouble. So let's dive a bit deeper into these 2 skills. When activated, Vex creates a phase explosion, dealing damage to nearby enemies and fully restoring her health. While active, Vex can use Eldritch Blast and gains increased movement speed. Eldritch Blast is activated by pressing L1 on the PlayStation controller,
build making
which will
is
be
going to
different
be
for other
so
systems,
good.
and fires from her offhand, dealing damage to nearby enemies on impact. Dealing gun damage
I'm
reduces
not sure
Eldritch
yet, to be
Blast's
honest.
cooldown. You can also press and hold
Bro,
L1 to end
I won't
Incarnate
lie,
early,
the
partially
Tediore
refunding
character,
cooldown.
the
The
Tediore
cooldown
guy,
being 55 seconds
looks
and the duration
cool.
being 25.
He looks cool,
All
bro.
of these stats will be modified based on your level and skill tree investment. So Incarnate is a multi-purpose skill. Since its cooldown is not that long, you'll be able to use it every fight. It can function as an oh shit button, instantly healing you and blowing up things around you, or it can be used to open fights, giving you a powerful offhand blast to fire between gunshots, which in turn will reduce its cooldown. Not to mention both playstyles benefit from a 25% movement speed bonus. Even though we won't see it, I have a feeling the augment highlighted is what provides the Eldritch Blast detonation effect by pressing square. Other augments would modify
You
the
just
skill
want to
in
play the
other
big man.
ways.
Look,
Let's
he
look
looks
how
like a
that would work
tank.
in more detail with the next skill.
And I
Phase
know you guys
Familiar.
are gonna make fun
Vex
of me
is
for
joined
that,
by
but
her minion, Trouble.
he
When
he
killed,
looks like a
Trouble will
tank.
respawn
The
after a
elemental
cooldown, and
axes.
also inconveniently,
Plus
the
he got a
person playing
shield.
Vex will probably sing Taylor
Man,
Swift's
you
Trouble
know
every
he's gonna
single
be cool.
time. Press L1 to teleport Trouble, dealing damage in an area. It then transforms into a badass version, fully restoring health and gaining increased damage for a duration. Activating Phase Familiar will respawn Trouble if currently dead. I like how they say dead instead of knocked out or downed or any of those other terms. You really need to lean into it, Gearbox. Anyway, this has a shorter cooldown of 45 seconds and a 20-second duration. That's for the badass duration as the...
Oh, this is one of the biggest changes. We have heavy weapons now. Bro, you know how crazy this is gonna be for endgame? Gonna have something for just heavy damage. And it seems like it could either be a rocket or some type of Gatling gun of some sort. I'm wondering if these come in, like, if they come in legendaries, because that's gonna be crucial. Man, I was really hoping that Borderlands 4 was gonna be a miss, but now Borderlands 4 is a hit. Got another game added to the repertoire of games we need to buy. Gonna be nasty, like having a heavy weapon with a shield on it. Yeah, and the fact that all the parts of the different manufacturers can now just be mixed. You know how crazy that's gonna be for legendary farming? Bro. Imagine legendary farming. By the way, shout out to Gearbox for actually buffing constantly trying to kill a boss for a legendary, because now we can apparently just do it with Moxie, which is great. Oh my god. It saves so much time than save quitting. But yeah, the heavy weapons are going to be crazy.
Pet stays with you permanently when you
legendaries are going to be crazy too.
Until it dies, of course. This skill will provide ongoing damage and distractions for you, something you may enjoy while you're playing solo, as we know how powerful pet builds can be for leveling. Though turning the creature badass seems to have some fun applications, which we will see soon. First, let's look at a passive. Hasty Friends has 3 stages, giving movement speed and damage reduction to you
that
and your
Hasty
minions.
Friends is
This
going to be
means
crucial
any minions you
too.
make off gear as well, and another minion I'll show you later. 15% movement and 20% reduction after you've invested 3 ranks, which is not bad at all. Another is Overpowered. With 5 stages, it provides Vex increased action skill damage the higher.
By the
health.
way,
This
Overpowered
might
is going to be
your
useful
Eldritch
for
Blast too. 1 point is plus 6%,
for
with
endgame
all 5
builds.
giving you plus 30%.
Increases
Putting
action
5
skill
skills in
damage
top
the
tier of
higher
the
her
tree
health.
unlocks the next
Bro.
row. We can briefly see the Overprotective skill, a 5-stage passive that, on kill, grants you and your minions an Overshield. In this row is an
Kills granted Overshield? if this is the Siren, what are the other characters about to be? Because this is only basically the beginning of the skill tree. The minigun looks so cool. It does. It does look cool. Bro, if we can get, like, legendary versions of the heavy weapons, man.
Augment, so we can finally see how it works. This one is called Blink Strike. It's a command skill that makes it so if you press and hold L1 rather than tapping it, you command Trouble to blink strike the enemy you're currently targeting, dealing damage. Blink Strike always critically strikes enemies below 50% HP, so it's a good skill to save until this criteria is met. A very much DPS focused skill with a low 25-second cooldown. The next augment is Violent Outburst, another command skill you activate by holding L1. In this case, Trouble explodes himself, dealing ordnance damage to all nearby enemies and restoring health to Vex. To learn what ordnance is, check out my previous video. Basically, this will be powerful if you focus on your grenades or heavy weapons. While Phase Familiar is active, sacrifice 33% of his maximum health instead. It does a lot of damage and restores a huge 75% of your max health. This is most definitely an shit button. You literally make your pet explode to save you and
that's
deal
a heal
damage.
me button.
Though, like I mentioned, if you go an ordnance build, this could be huge DPS.
Yeah.
Note there is no cooldown. You could do this until your pet dies. So if you have great
there's
regen
no
on it,
cooldown
well,
on it.
That's another
Dang.
cool idea. Equipping this is possible without investing a skill point. So tapping L1 will make Trouble badass, teleporting in with an explosion and giving him a buff to do 50% more damage. Then holding L1 will make him explode. So using one after the other makes a good combo. You can see in the UI, once an augment is applied, it has an icon bottom middle to represent its cooldown. Here we can see Trouble going badass and dealing some big AoE. Moving on, we briefly glaze over Morning, which needs 5 more points in this tree before being unlocked. It makes your kill skills, like the other one we glaze over, gain increased effectiveness. The exact numbers are unknown without a longer hover, but the brief look was to get us to the path on the left's capstone, Trouble Bubble. This gives Trouble an overshield when he deals damage. When the skill is active, Trouble gains an elemental aura, dealing ordnance damage over time to nearby enemies. Overshield is gained at 80% of damage dealt. The aura damage right now with this current setup
that's gonna be
is
crazy for
31 every
damage
half
builds.
second. So this one leans into the tanky role, giving your pet damage mitigation naturally based on a large percentage of damage dealt and a damaging aura passively, both of which work well together. Trouble doing more damage makes him more tanky. Also keep in mind this works for an ordnance build, just like the capstone we talked about before, since it bases the aura damage off ordnance
Usually
damage.
every
So
Siren
that's
is
everything
broken.
we know about the skill tree so far. But what about the Vault Hunters? We will, out the gate, get access to 4 Vault Hunters: Vex, Rafa, Harlow, and Eamon, with a heavy hinting that we'll be getting more in DLC. Well, we started with Vex, so let's continue. Vex had a rough upbringing that was made more complicated by receiving her siren powers. Her cynical and sarcastic demeanor comes from having to fend for herself and scrape for everything she's got. But underneath her salty exterior, Vex is an empath who knows better than anyone how much life can suck. Ever the pessimist, Vex still believes in helping others, and if helping others means dealing damage to oppressive jerks, Vex will always be first in line. As a siren, she has mystical abilities, and she sounds a whole lot like Cortana's voice actress.
I'm almost afraid to ask what's in the tube.
She
Dang,
uses
I didn't
space
realize
energy in her
that.
skills. You saw the first 2 already, but here is the third. Looks to me like a harpy scream.
Yeah, it
She can
seems like
also
a
summon
scream.
different minions, like this Reaper version of herself.
The
This
Reaper
here
version
looks like
looks
a
cool.
modified version of her Eldritch Blast, which you can send out and then detonate with Square. In my previous video, I thought the detonation was a weapon effect, but it's clearly this succubus's skill. You'll also notice a nifty cooldown bar showing how long the effect lasts and how much longer you can cast the blast. The next Vault Hunter is Rafa, class Exo Soldier. Rafa was born and raised
Rafa
in
is cool.
microgravity, which severely altered his bone density and muscles, making it impossible for him to survive elsewhere. Desperate to explore, he signed up to TDO's military force. In exchange for a tour of duty, his body was altered for a new kind of exosuit. But when it became clear TDO never intended to end his service, Rafa went AWOL. It's ironic that the throwaway weapon manufacturer took a person others would throw away and didn't want to throw him away. Now he's on the run and plans to enjoy whatever time he has left before his TD or dead frame ends him for good. His main thing is he can digistruct weapons. Rafa seems to activate a mode where this blue visor covers his face and your screen. In that
Okay,
mode,
so
can have a
Rafa
powerful
seems
TD or
like
gun either
Borderlands,
offhand, or these powerful arc
a
knives.
Borderlands version
Yes,
of
that's the name,
Star-Lord,
even though they're
and
more
I'm all
like
here
swords
for it.
than knives. Imagine trying to cut up your dinner with one of these. No doubt you press the button again to do this powerful blade storm attack. Either that or it's an augment that provides that skill. He can also deploy these auto turrets on his back. Like mentioned, he seems to be all about making weapons thanks to the exosuit. The next Vault Hunter is Harlow, class Gravatar. Harlow is a former Malawan combat scientist driven by the need to
she's a
understand how things
Malawan?
work.
Oh,
While this
people are
initially
gonna
made
like
her an
her.
outcast amongst her Trant relatives, Harlow has used her
She's a
intellect to bring
Trant?
new tech and gadgetry to the battlefield
Oh,
as a Vault
yep,
Hunter.
people are gonna
Harlow's
like her.
brilliance is apparent in everything she does, but so is her enthusiasm and love for life. Harlow brings everything to the fight, including her sunny disposition. Always ready to give a beatdown, her spirit can't be beat. So yeah, as you'd expect, she is the scientist Vault Hunter, using tech to beat her enemies. One skill seems to trap enemies in bubbles for her to follow up with something nasty, slamming him to the ground or dealing damage in other ways. Another skill has her digistructing this huge cannon to deal damage to enemies and explode at its destination. Passing through enemies seems to leave some kind of effect on them. This could very well be an ordnance weapon, but it's digistructing in instead of being equipped, as well as it having similar effects to her bubbles. All that makes me confident it's Harlow's skill. The final Vault Hunter is Eamon, class
Eamon.
Forge Knight. Eamon was raised in a vault monster worshipping cult until the vault was opened and the creature turned on everyone he loved. As the only survivor, he dedicated his life to fighting and killing as many of these beasts as he can. Eamon, a warrior poet, is introspective and unflinching to his duty, but despite his hardened...
Whoa. So, Eamon was a part of a... Okay, they kind of snapped with these backstories. He was a part of a vault cult. And then the vault monster killed everyone he loved. And then he turned... Okay, bet. I'm locked in.
In appearance, he has a warm attitude, often regaling comrades in arms with stories and advice earned throughout his travels.
So he's
As the
literally
skill, he
like a
seems to have
Viking.
shield of some kind and elemental axes. They're summoned and thrown out in different ways. Here are 2 twin ice axes being thrown out, and here are fire and ice axes being summoned. If you slow it down, it seems like he makes a choice between the two, throwing one out and unsummoning the other. Here's the effect again, both times choosing the fire axe. It's not always axes though. Here he is charging in for a fiery melee. And finally, here he is slamming down a fiery hammer. If nothing else, what is consistent is that he's all about elemental damage effects, fire and ice, with brawler type weapons. But it's hard to classify any of the Vault Hunters at this point. Just from briefly looking at the game's Siren, we can see she supports drastically different playstyles and tries not to pigeonhole you into one thing, with short cooldowns and lots of choice. I feel all the Vault Hunters will have ways of absorbing and mitigating damage, dealing damage, and using weapons at the very least. But what do you think? Does any Vault Hunter stand out to you so far? Let me know below. Thanks so much for watching, and for everything Borderlands 4, you're in the right place. Ciao, friends.
Bro. Oh yeah, we gotta wait for PAX West. That's gonna be the next big event. I'm gonna be real. Borderlands 4 is killing a lot of games, by the way. And it's not like I'm saying this because I want some of these games to die. I'm saying this because I'm saying this because most of these games are not gonna be as hype as Borderlands, and that's just facts. Like, and there's nothing that could happen. Need a new Tomb Raider? That would be sick. I wouldn't mind. I would not mind. Man, meanwhile, Ultron is on the way, too. Gotta wait for Ultron. I really hope Metal Gear Solid does it. Same, bro. We need more Metal Gear Solid. I need Raiden to shine again. Bro, if they can remake that game, yo. I mean, not remake, remaster. Honestly, I'd take either, if we're being honest. And then Marvel Cosmic Invasion coming, Doom coming. Man. There's just a good amount of games coming, bruh. We just need to wait for these release dates. Hopefully they remake them all in order. That'd be great. And Summer Games Fest is dawning closer and closer. Also, Metal Gear Solid 2 remake. Bro, we need that. Please, bro. We literally need that. Trying to think of anything else that I could show on screen. Anything else? Let's see. Jeff Curley, bro. Jeff don't even know what he's showing. Every week he's trying his best to show off something crazy. Just gonna show stuff we know already? Yeah, they really are too. And you know what's happening. I'm not excited because, like, yo, I feel bad for anybody who actually has an Xbox, cause y'all just need to get a PC at this point. Like, don't even try. Just get a PC. Might be like 3 or 4 new games. I hope. I hope it's just a minimum of like 3. Only 3. Cause like, if we get more, I don't know, man. Like my wallet can't handle all that. Plus, all the prices are going up too. Yo, Skywalker, how you doing? What's good? It has been a minute, but how you been? Jeff Keighley, bro, no, he's not. There's no way they show off Pirate Warriors 4 next gen. I'm dancing, bro. Wait, what you mean? Like, literally? I'm taking it more serious? Like, how serious we talking? Okay. Persona 4 Remaster? Bro, we need more Persona in general. Because after Expedition 33, which I'm buying tomorrow, we need something to fill that gap. You know? Expedition 33 is definitely filling it, but we need more Persona. That's why I created the name Skywalker. My real name is man. Bro. You don't gotta do that, but I appreciate it. Now there is something that I did want to watch just because I want to see. I want to hear Ninja raging at Marvel Rivals because apparently a lot of people are listening to his rages and some of them make sense. So let's just hear it.
Dude, I love Banter, bro. Okay, wait.
Why he say that? Why is that the first thing he said? I have one YouTube video from 2022. Oh, what's the video about? That one game the Yakuza devs are making looks heat. What's the game called? Man, this. Yeah, let me know what the game's called, Dark.
Torch behind. Oh my god. Idiots. I'm a Thor brain dead, dude. Literally, when I see a Thor like that, guys, and a Hela, just, or not a Hela, a freaking Emma Frost just walking through everyone and just walking.
Acting like you haven't said that. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I swear I haven't. And if I have said it, I haven't meant it. Okay? Because I know I say a lot of things out of context, but like, I don't. I like women. It's a short dance video from when I worked at Lowe's. Oh, wow.
Beaming the shit out of me, bro. The Thor. Just launching fucking lightning bolts at me, bro. Can't stand it, dude. I can't stand this fucking guy. Fuck!
Get ready.
I can't quit! I'm fucking addicted!
Project Sentry?
Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to yet another compilation video of Ninja raging and crashing out in Love Rivals. If you want to watch more of these videos, don't forget to subscribe and like this video.
Look at how far! Oh my god, bro, what am I? I'm dead. I mean, the ult here. Why are we using ult? I am literally
Alright, bet.
point. So what the f do you want me to do? Why are we using ult? We won this fight already. Really? Does it look like it?
What do you mean it doesn't look like it? It's literally just Venom.
Calm down, bro. You wasted two games on Spider-Man. Goddamn.
Useless, bro. You have 11 deaths on Rocket. Think about
Homie,
that.
I just lost to Rocket. You don't even know what you're talking about.
You are terrible.
Brother, you literally wasted an entire round on Spider-Man and got dipped the entire game. Took you God knows how long.
I have 7 deaths, you
Congratulations, bro. Goofy motherfucker. What? Hey, and that's a report, buddy.
Do you think Thunderbolts is gonna be good? I hope it's good. Because they got Sentry in there. Like, for their sake, they better hope that movie does good. According to the leaks, though, I mean, to people who have actually seen it, according to people who've actually seen it, Thunderbolt seems to be a decent movie. Which, hey, I'll take it. I'll take decent over trash. Always.
Hey, buddy, don't worry, man. You're peaking right now. Enjoy this. Hey, TTV, man. Enjoy this peak, buddy. You're welcome. Call your mom.
Oh yeah, it is Project Sentry. Yeah.
What is going on right now?
But yeah, Project Sentry does look really good, though. How decent is the question? That I don't think we know the answer to. My guy, Candido. You know what? It keeps popping up. I'm watching this Tower Fantasy video. And no dark, no crazy stuff will happen after. I'm just watching a video. I'm not liking it.
Engaged in illegal cargo
Yeah, a lot of people seem to like Thunderbolts though.
in an illegal pirate assembly. Do you remember Miss Lola's teachings? Linsis.
Hey, isn't this the youngest captain of the Hope Fleet? Is that Hipper? Oh, I forgot you were demoted. Nexus Chief. Or should I just call you a traitor?
You don't deserve to judge me.
I can't be bothered to say anything more.
Captain, leave them to me. I've got this. Black Moon Gang.
Black Moon Gang. Okay. Dang, they got clapped that quickly. Trash.
I'm out of here.
Dare to run?
Wait, do you have... Let me find out her weapon is a skateboard. You know, no. It's cool, but... Well, why'd they do that? Why'd they do that? Wait, we have mechs now? I will libel that is kind of heat, bro. That is kind of heat. What the? This is turned into mecha break? What? This turned into mecha break and Gundam Evolution. The background looks nice. Yeah, that's one thing I have to give this game. They really got the art style down.
As long as you're not dead.
Linsis, don't go.
Still upset? Alright, I'll leave you be. See you at R0.
Unbelievable. I said, come with me.
She has another mech?
Report. 16 pirates from the Black Moon Gang detained.
Understood. Prepare for return to base.
You sound a bit drained.
The shady dealer's on the run. Just follow my location and pick me up, okay? Let's head back to R0.
Look it up? Okay. Oh, that... Yeah, I do want to talk about this, too. Bull, don't... I'm gonna look it up, but I'm not... I can't, bro. I can't go back. Tower of Fantasy did too much damage to my brain. Okay, so I'm looking up. I copied a bit, the whole thing. She's a streamer. Where is this place? Okay, that's cool. With the paint too. Our graders feels done. Well, that's at least a positive. No, 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 I don't. No, I don't. You think we got a chance against that gorilla? Okay, 100 men versus a gorilla. Now, first off, it depends. Like, what kind of gorilla is it? Because regardless, one gorilla punch can destroy a skull. And here's the other problem about like 100 people versus a gorilla is that a lot of people would say, "Oh, humans in the past hunted wild animals." But here's the thing. Humans in the past hunted not only wild animals but dinosaurs, right? But they had weapons. This is 100 guys with no weapons. That means no picking up a random rock out of nowhere. It's just your fists. Now, here's the thing. The gorilla can kill a person with one punch to the head. It really depends on how many people jump the gorilla at once. Because I won't lie, like, the first couple, like, the first 10 people are dying. Like, no, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. King Kong, bro, King Kong did crazy, like, let's be honest, King Kong is the upper echelon of gorillas. Because then I was watching RDC stream, and apparently somebody said 100 people could kill a polar bear. You know, you know how dangerous a polar bear is. Like polar bears don't play. Like I get it, y'all be overhyping humans because oh, a polar bear is gonna see 100 humans running at it and probably run towards us. I'm not fine. Look, I'm not gonna be one of those dumbasses. I believe we couldn't do enough damage. Okay, here's the thing. How many how many punches does it take? Well, yeah. How many punches does it take for 100 humans to kill a gorilla? Because I mean, you know what? Really thinking about it, we're gonna be punching and kicking. That's all we can do. Is way bigger, stronger than a silverback, bro. I don't know why people in RDC's chat was saying like, "Oh, we could take on a polar bear. We could take on an orangutan." And then someone said that, "Oh, all of RDC can max out a shark." I'm like, but first off, RDC, Mark is hoeing half of RDC trying to get away from that shark. Why would they even be in the water? Second, Polar Bear will literally kill 100 people. Mainly because it's hungry. The Coca-Cola Polar Bear, he cool. Hey, he cool until he doesn't have Coca-Cola. When that Coca-Cola runs out, we done for. And man, should I even show you an orangutan? Bro, an orangutan has the physical strength to literally hold a human hostage. Okay, now 100 guys, like say 100 people versus a gorilla. It really depends on how many of those humans are locking in to kill a gorilla. Because first off, if the gorilla feels like he can't win, it will probably like crash out. But also, the gorilla is definitely going to be scared because King Kong. The reason why I say King Kong did damage to all gorillas is that a regular gorilla tries to not be in conflict. Like, they really just be chilling unless you go into their territory. Exactly, bull. Like, still can't believe Xbox thinks, bro. Xbox might be so stupid, by the way. They might be the dumbest. No, it's not Xbox. It's Microsoft. Microsoft might be the dumbest people. Because first off, they thought raising these prices would help. Bro, nobody is going to buy an Xbox. Everybody's just going to get a PC or a PlayStation. Because let's be real. You going to spend that much for that or PlayStation? Like, in the long run. What the heck is this? I don't know, but I'm going to find out. What is this game? Neverness to Everness. Okay, it's definitely a gotcha. That was kind of cool. Yeah, Xbox in the dirt, bro. They screwed themselves. A 100 prime Mike Tysons versus a gorilla. You know what? They might got it. Just because Mike literally, like, his punches could probably do enough damage. Kinda. But at the same time, he doesn't have the durability. Like Prime Mike, he can take punches, but can he take a punch from a literal gorilla? Okay, wolf guy. What is up with your shadow? Like, actually, what's up with it? Oh, he fights with his shadow. Oh, yep. If base games go to 100, I'm calling it a career. Bro, if base games go to 100, I need to get like 4 jobs. Because now it's going to be like you got to make sure every game you buy, you're going to play. I'm on Xbox, Candido. Get yourself a PC or a PlayStation. Get it before the prices go up. Candido, that's what I've been saying for the longest time. Microsoft screwed themselves for saying, well, not for saying. Microsoft screwed themselves for making the Game Pass too worth it. Because now there's no point in buying a console. You could just buy the Game Pass on PC. Apparently, you could just buy it wherever you want, by the way. I wish we could. If the only way I'd return to Tower Fantasy, if I can get Mark. Because, like, this was the reason. He was the reason I even cared about this game, bro. But I know there's no way to get this guy. Yeah. The Game Pass is so worth right now.
She crazy. Bro, that's what that's why I say, because a lot of people go, oh, you don't like Korra because she's a girl. That's not true. Because like we love the women in Avatar. Like, they're great, alive. So I like if you're like no. I see where you're coming from. I will say that. I see because
Hey,
we
Candido.
can't say all this about Gojo, and Gojo does everything because of what Toji.
Hey.
But that's
All
why
I'm saying, just get yourself a PC because where things are going, bro, consoles are gonna be too overpriced now.
like when you brought in Toji, that's a bad look because Toji got more aura than your MC.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Toji has more aura than Jinwoo? Is this true? Is that true? You know, does he?
I think Toji Sukuna, and Gojo got more aura than Jinwoo. The problem
Oh.
is we can't. Man, it's hard because
this is why everything they do is not like war farming.
That's all I'm saying. They got natural.
Then Jinwoo got natural aura then.
Not to me.
Some moments he gotta have.
Some moments he does.
When he saved that girl on the cake.
That was cold. I hate this guy.
Nah.
But he forming it.
When he saved that girl in the cake, like it was all that like that lightning when he was fighting Baron, the demon. He said, "I saw it." I feel like the reason JJK is so good is because you can tell it's gonna be short.
They're going extinct like the dinosaurs? Man, it's getting worse too. Because the fact, it's because Nintendo got away with it, now everyone's trying to get away with it. I'm just checking something real quick. Yeah. Alright, we good.
But they have a Ragnarok.
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the second show. I know a little bit about it. I just don't want to spoil it. Yeah. I got a question. Because the new Avatar is coming out.
Oh.
Right? Yeah. So the new Avatar coming out and they having twins, a girl and a boy, right?
Yeah.
Which I was two girls. What? Oh, is it?
I thought so. Oh, I know that.
I think it's a girl and a boy, but I think that's cool. I think that's cool as hell. Obviously, it's been hella arguments about Korra and Aang. And did Aang fight harder villains than Korra, or did Korra fight harder villains than Aang? Which one?
Ooh. Nintendo and the tariffs. Okay, so who fought harder villains, Korra or Aang? Man, as you see, I was gonna give it to Korra, but it's like, then there's Azula. Like, Azula was maxing out all of Team Avatar when she was on screen. Nintendo and the tariffs? Bro, Nintendo and these tariffs were the catalyst. The tariffs already were bad, but Nintendo was the catalyst because they got away with it. They don't care. And now Microsoft is showing they don't care. They don't care about the Xbox. Y'all are going to pay that much for it if you're a hardcore fan. But okay, who fought harder villains? Let's see. Aang. Well, Team Avatar had to deal with Zuko and Iroh. Yeah, Aang did go through the whole Fire Nation, but Korra had to deal with a master bloodbender user. Like, Amon was on it when it comes to bloodbending. Even though at the same time you could just Avatar stay out of it, but you know. The combustion man, the dude who just didn't talk. Zahir and his group though, Zahir and his group they were on timing. But none of them had timing like Azula, you know? Because Azula was a threat to everybody. Except for Fire Lord Ozai. He really did not care. But and Iroh, if we're being honest. But Iroh was old though. Doubting himself? Yeah, the self-doubt and you know, growing up, learning every single bending. The thing is, if we're being honest, Aang pretty much did have it harder. But at the same time, I can understand why people could say Korra had it harder, but it's like Korra had pretty much all the bending already. She could bend metal too. Alright, let's see what RDC says.
Do you feel like Korra fought harder villains than Aang?
I think I'm gonna say no.
Oh,
And
wow,
the reason I'm gonna say no is because like if you think about when Aang, when Korra fought Vatu.
Yeah.
Like that fight was hard for her because she wasn't spiritually alive.
Yeah.
So like I don't like if Aang was there.
Oh, right. Okay, she was not spiritually aligned. But if you put Aang in that position, Aang is 100% going to have an easier time against Vatu compared to Korra. Korra was just learning how to expect being the Avatar. Aang was trying to run from it, true. Now, Aang versus Zahir. I actually, knowing that Tozen basically beat Zahir in a one-on-one, I think I'm giving it to Aang. Now, Korra is not doing anything to Azula. I just need to say that. Like, what is Korra doing to Azula? Like, what damage? What damage? Yeah.
Before you get answer, I want to know, can y'all tell y'all answer though? Yes or no?
Do I think that?
No, I think Korra's villains are harder. Okay.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think Aang's villains are harder.
Korra's.
I think Aang's. But I think, look, this is what I would say though. I think Korra's villains are harder, but given the same path, Aang would have handled it better.
Yeah.
I agree.
Every time.
I agree with that.
Mm.
That's what I agree with. Unalaq is OP. He was OP as fuck. Korra.
The only nigga that was super OP is the first nigga that could blood.
Come on.
I made a YouTube video about this. Like, if you rewatch the first season of Legend of Korra,
No, watch Aang grow.
you can tell that they set up the whole series.
Now, which Aang? Growing up Aang or young Aang?
It begins like this and it ends with a mon and it's over.
If we being honest, both. Like, truly, because Tenzin beat Zahir in that one-on-one. And then Tenzin was holding his own against getting jumped by the Lotus. So, realistically, young Aang, after beating the Fire Lord, he would definitely max him out. But adult Aang might just lock in without realizing. and then use the Avatar state. Honestly, I don't even think Aang. I don't feel like Aang would use the Avatar state on Zahir though.
It was just a fun thing to show all the Avatar fans, like after Aang died. But then it was popular enough to where like Nickelodeon was like, hey, make some more.
Yeah.
And then they were like, shit, we wrote ourselves into a corner because if you rewatch it, bro, Amon is the big bad.
It was like Goku 10 years after Boo. Bro, grown up Aang was on timing.
So I like, if you were like, sorry, pull up. You know?
I agree, and I think that regardless, like if Aang going to Avatar State, which he did when he was older, he's gonna overpower Bloodbending one. So I think Amon would have got
People call that cap, and I don't get that.
No,
That's
nigga.
not cap.
Yeah, they say that like they say that Aang going Avatar State was cap. Like that broke out of Bloodbending. And I was like, I thought that makes
You're gonna call Aang going into the Avatar State camp.
Yeah.
The nigga who's supposed to be the Avatar, the person
He
who's supposed to
literally
bring
went to
balance.
Avatar State and maxed the shit out of Ozai.
That's what I was just
Like
gonna say.
beat
I
the
feel
shit
like
out of him.
Aang,
As a child.
Aang fought the strongest fireman in the world during the comic.
And the thing is, if Korra would have fought Ozai would have washed her ass.
Ooh. Ozai versus Korra? Would Ozai max out Korra? Low key? He might, low key. When Yukon tried to break his neck, how quick Aang snapped in the Avatar. He did. He snapped quickly. Which also shows that if Aang is put into a corner where he could possibly die, he Avatar states out of it. Which by itself is crazy.
And the thing with same thing with Azula. Azula is the most that girl is one of the best villains ever, nigga. Yeah. She is like dead ass. Yeah. You know how many times she would have watched Korra? Kuvira watched Korra. You know how many times? Yeah. And yes, Korra had sick, like she was poisoned not too long ago, and now like and she was struggling to stay in the Avatar state then. But like Kuvira would not be a problem for Aang at all.
Kuvira wouldn't have been a problem for Tom.
Nigga, talking with all Korra's villains except for Amon. Because of Bloodbending. And I don't even know. If he don't start with
Azula was crazy. Bro, and really think about it. How many times did Azula truly lose a 1v1? I guess we could say at the end of the series, but at the same time, she wasn't in her right mind. If she was in her right mind, Katara and Zuko probably would have got washed, bro. And I don't think a lot of people like give Azula credit. Like,
spiritual shit you can't whoop. Okay.
Can they bloodbend do metal?
Yeah. Well, damn.
Because you know Tom be armoring herself up with the
The thing is, I honestly think Amon would get beat so quick, nigga can't Bloodbend. Toph makes quick work of niggas. The only thing she couldn't make quick work with was Azula. Azula was dogging these niggas. They had what you call it.
Aang would have dropped off Zahir too.
But a lot of people say Aang didn't really fight nobody. He was more like evasive. But I feel like the fact that you were able to not fight.
she's technically stronger. Yeah, she would be.
Perfect explanation of who Aang is.
Yeah,
Like Aang was like, you lost. And I was like, you didn't even throw a punch. And Aang said, no, but you did. And that was tough. That was so tough. First of all, he lucky I'm not out. I would have combustion bombed right there. You're a bald child.
throwing hands. I ain't gonna
Yeah, she's just
lie.
all hands.
And that,
And she don't, bro. She don't.
She's not Dakota then.
Like listen. And people get this so wrong because they'll be like, oh, y'all never gave Cora a chance. This, that, and the third.
Well, I like
And I've said this before. A lot of Cora hate, even though it is rightfully so in my opinion, it is because dudes just hate like on female characters.
For
But
sure.
the thing that makes it different specifically with Avatar is Avatar is nothing but amazing female characters.
True. Facts.
Qatar, crazy.
Dang. They right. Would you really think about it? Name a bad female character in actually name a bad female character in Avatar. Now I want the Netflix anime show. Oh, not anime. Netflix Avatar show to come back and do more seasons. Apparently, if they do more seasons, they're gonna make Toph more feminine instead of like the tomboy aspect. They're going more. Oh, she's gonna be more feminine instead of like show accurate. If they do that, I mean, okay, we'll see where it goes, but I really just want the animated show to come back. Even if it's Korra, I'm okay with it. I just want to see bending, you know. But yeah, Avatar does have some really good female characters. And one of the strongest females is what? Avatar Kyoshi? Yeah, Avatar Kyoshi. She has one of the best feats in the show. The first one was shot for shot, was it? You know what? I need to rewatch it. It's been a minute.
Nigga, if you think we're hating on female characters, nigga, Katara has one of my top 3 moments in all of Avatar Last Airbender. Exactly. When she did that Southern Raider shit and said, stop the water and said, no, I am. Yeah. I said, nigga, Katara is top 3 in Avatar Last Airbender. She's top 3 for sure.
Not even the main girl characters. Like we talk about like May, what was the
Ty Lee.
Like these are great. And we can even talk about avatars. We can even talk about avatars because a lot of like one thing that they say is the next avatar is always stronger than the last.
Yeah.
Cap. I don't think Korra is stronger than Aang, and I know people say the writers say that, but to take it a step further, I don't think Aang is stronger than Kyoshi.
But it was
Kyoshi nice as shit.
Aang is not stronger than Kyoshi.
Well, I don't know how strong he was.
How strong he got.
Yeah.
You wanna know something?
That's true.
I would say this. I don't know how Kyoshi fights either.
Bro,
like,
but with what we saw, she split a foot.
She split a foot.
And she was over 200 years old.
And what's her name?
When Tuck grew up, she probably could do something similar.
No.
She created something from Earth.
They did the fire element justice instead of the first one where they had to have fire around. Oh, really? Okay.
Yang Chen is crazy powerful too. Created middle.
Pioneer. Hey, we on the same page.
She still what?
Oh, you talking about just how cold talk is?
Bro, that's why I say because a lot of people go, oh, you don't like Korra because she's a girl. That's not true. Because like we love the women in Avatar. Like, they're great. But Yang Chen, she was super powerful too. I'm gonna tell y'all. Well, she was a god. She was a god in her time.
Saying Korra that they don't just like Korra. Well, I can't argue other people, but saying that you don't like female main characters, like I said, I'm gonna highlight Freerun again. That's like my favorite show right now.
Yes.
I actually love Freerun because it does the little things so amazing.
The first Avatar movie? Yeah. Oh, God. I forgot about that.
Asami, she's sorry.
Yeah.
First of all, listen, Asami was running through the whole group.
Yes.
Dang. Asami was trash.
The thing that made Avatar Last Airbender so good, it wasn't just Aang.
Yeah.
I feel like me personally, if you ask me, I think Sokka made it as just as good as Aang did. Like Sokka's writing, his comedy, his character, his growth. We got Katara, we got Toph, like the whole. It was like the whole. It was like you was there.
There's not sorry
Yeah, it was like you was a part of the group. Like hell yeah.
And then we didn't even highlight Zuko.
Zuko has the best character development.
Bro, top tier. That sorry character on that show.
Bro, climbing that mountain and it was raining and it was thunder and he said, you always threw everything you could at me.
Yeah.
Now I can take it, bro.
Yeah.
Right now, I swear to God, I got goosebumps. And I had goosebumps when I was a kid. You don't even know what you're really watching.
True.
When I sat there like,
They was cooking so much, like you don't understand. Listen, Soccer Story was deep. The nigga didn't have no bending. He was looking, always trying to be important to the group, and he got his important moments. And I was like, cinema. Even when Sokka and Toph almost died because they was on that airship, and
when he held her,
Yeah.
oh my God, bro, he said what's wrong. It looks like we're not gonna make
Is it wrong to say Korra was kind of? No, it's not wrong to say.
and I'm not gonna lie to you.
Korra is good looking.
I like Korra just for the sole fact that she restarted the Avatar cycle.
Yeah, no.
I don't like
She
it.
didn't. She could have listened. All she had to do was listen. She didn't listen.
She just hard-headed.
and that's why a lot of people
hard-headed.
don't understand about the character.
Like Korra is cool. She does have her moments too.
And like if you were fighting in this war,
But I just feel like Korra, like when you compare Aang and Korra's decisions, Korra made a bunch of really dumb decisions.
pissed me off that I feel like no one talks about, bro. It was when she was learning airbending for the first time, and she had on like the airbending shit, and she got mad and destroyed like an ancient airbending like relic.
Oh,
Like, bro, that shit made me so mad.
I was so tired.
Oh yeah.
They was selling the right one.
They made her so unlikable.
Yeah, bro. That's the thing, like about Korra is whether or not
Yeah.
she has villains, like stronger villains or worse villains than Avatar, bro. It like the whole show just wasn't that good. And I feel like the only reason, there are people who hate Korra because she's a woman, and there are people who defend Korra because she's a woman. And those two people, they're the ones that are actually arguing. Anybody that watches both shows are like, yeah, Korra just wasn't that good. It just wasn't.
What was the two people? Korra, Mako, and Bolin, right?
Yeah.
No one had a connection to them like we had with
I'm not giving a fuck.
That'd be interesting.
And Bolin got
They don't even deserve the power. It's like, nigga, they didn't give them no type of character arcs in my opinion, like to where I was like, oh yeah, bro, like y'all.
True.
It was one episode and Bolin was trying to metal bend and he couldn't, and then the dude threw lava on him and he said, and it worked.
That's man.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If they would have killed Saku or Katara, would have cried.
But even Toph, when she got caught, she was going crazy.
She had to learn, like, for real. Like,
It was cold. She was just like, hold on.
yeah. Cool, they're sewing it. Metal fragments.
I said, hold on, she figured something out.
You know they cooking when you can watch a whole nother nigga in Avatar show. Don't even worry about what Aang is. It's like,
No one gives a. I don't
This
know what
shit-
Aang was doing in that episode.
I had no clue. I forgot. Nigga, I'm like,
Bro.
I feel like
I'm gonna say another word. I was on stage and shit. Nigga, that's the hit.
Yeah, that shit was.
I felt like.
What actor you got crazy? It was just an episode of Appa no talking.
I walked in, nigga. What?
On me. Absolutely.
Come on, man.
He was getting hold left and right. I said, bro, give up a break.
I already knew, and that built up even when we was like, bro, Aang, I can't wait till you snap out of these niggas. It made you want him even more.
Yes,
That
bro.
motherfucker said, "You muzzled Appa."
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Snap.
Bro, I would have been mad as hell.
I'm the best. I'm gonna be by far the best character in Korra. But I'm gonna tell you,
But even like one thing that I loved about Avatar is how cultural it was. It felt like these were people from a different world and they had a whole way of being, right? And you lose that in Legend of Korra, and that was one of the reasons I loved Avatar. Like the air nomads, even though we didn't see them, like their whole way of life was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But like with Mako learning lightning, well, lightning used to be like only the royal fire family has it, and then now y'all are using it in factories. Like it reminds me of Boruto eating a burger. You know what I'm saying? And that's like what are we doing?
When she did that, I was like, nah. She Bruce Lee wanted to punch out of it. Hey man.
I didn't care to watch Korra. I watched Avatar the last Airbender like 4 or 5 times.
Bro, I think I'm gonna watch Korra again just so I could really be like, yeah, that shit.
hey, you know, it's crazy because I've been thinking about starting Korra again just so I could be like, yeah, nah.
I've never thought about
I knew I wouldn't trip.
Bro, even
Yeah,
when
I'm
it came out when I was a kid, like when did that shit come out? 2000 what?
What, Avatar?
Like 11,
A long time, bro. I remember arguing with this nigga for like him and his friend for like 7 hours because they were saying Korra was better than Avatar.
Bro, but that's what I so like.
Sorry,
Let's just say it came out when
But
I
I
was
swear
10.
to God, I argued that shit for a
I was
whole
gonna
night.
recency bias.
Bro, let's just say it
Reese
came
about eating you alive. I ain't gonna lie. No, it was eating what you call alive.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, 'cause it was
Not Boruto. Look, man. Boruto is its own problem.
And y'all was saying that before it was over.
Yeah, well, I was like, it was 2-on-1. It was 2-on-1. I was so mad.
Oh yeah, Desmond wasn't there. He wasn't there.
It was Ben and Miguel, and Ben was trying to see both sides. I could see it, but he was like more on Miguel's side. But I was like, y'all, there's no way you're comparing Korra to Aang. Like this shit is.
And I stuck with that until we watched Avatar again. I said I was fucking tripping, bro. I was tripping. I watched.
But because listen, bro, Avatar, like you can watch Avatar at any age.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you
True.
like, bro, you could be like, I rewatched
True.
Avatar when I was like 21, and now I'm just looking at it for like the writing and what it's giving me, and I'm like, man, this is like, bro, I don't know what they was doing in the studio. But like, bro, like everything fortified, everything's great.
I think they brought actual monks in that hole to oversee that. They're teaching life lessons.
No, because they knew a lot about that.
They did.
They got the fight styles.
Bro, do you know what I think of like when like life is getting tough and I'm like I'm kind of on edge, like anxious, kind of like I'm not mad, but like today's not the day to mess with me. I always think of what's that monk's name?
Oh,
Yasu.
No,
the one that taught make him
Guru Petit. That's his name.
Oh yeah.
And when he's got the stick and he's like taking the pond and stopping all the blockages, talking about chakras. He was like, you gotta let everything flow. And then that ding would happen, but that shit was like hypnotism. I was like, this is how I gotta live my life. I gotta let the river flow through.
He's a legacy
That's
character
actually
with
teaching
problem.
people something. I think that
True.
shit. That's what we be
Very
needing in
true.
this world right now. Like, those type of lessons in a
See,
show
I just
that
wish
big,
that like
lock in, so
there was way more focus on Boruto and his group, but I understand that they still need to give Naruto his glory, but they were just doing too much. I personally feel like
Avatar to me is the greatest cartoon. For that reason, like I would always put it as number one.
I feel like a lot of new anime don't really focus on story no more. They focus on only fighting.
I was just about to say, you just made me think. Is anime turning into just cartoons? How America has cartoons, where it's like, yeah, it could have some story, it could have some fighting, but it's nothing crazy. Because like Solo Leveling is that. The animation's great, the story's okay, the fighting's great, it's entertaining. So are cartoons, but I mean, like, you're right. And like the reason I would say, anime is not a cartoon is because of the life lessons and the side characters and the arcs and the building and all.
They losing that now.
But it's because a lot of niggas got low key like TikTok brain really like niggas don't want to sit there and go through anything unless it's like you got a boxing like
that's
you about to box like show me. Instead, we used to have 4 episodes. Every episode of Avatar,
hey,
I fight.
Avatar teachings are real,
Some episodes
bro.
just taught you shit. Like that episode you talking about with Guru Petit, like, that was one of the best episodes of Avatar.
Yeah, that
ever.
shit was crazy.
Like that shit really taught you. Like,
that shit actually got me.
I looked up the chakra shit because of that.
Yeah, bro, that shit got me through some hard times. In my life.
For real.
Like literally, I would pretend to hear that bell that Aang heard.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, all right, fuck it, let's just keep going throughout the day. You think Korra? You think I'm listening? Fuck, today's hard. What did Korra say? Oh no.
I think one of the last anime that had that much like recently. That's why I think Freerun does lessons like that.
Vinland.
Yeah.
Vinland Saga.
Vinland, no bullshit.
Yo, Vinland Saga, true.
The worst period of my life. Like it was that show specific. If I ever can meet the owner or the author, I might like kiss him on his forehead. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Like he did his thing with that, or she.
I used to be one of those niggas that only cared about fighting, but like Mob Psycho, I literally only watched that because I seen a fight on TikTok, and I did not care about story. But like I feel like when I watch One Piece, that must brought some like life lessons to me.
No, One Piece brings life lessons.
Yeah, like not, cause bro,
Avatar is an anime to me.
Like,
why people say it's not?
Yeah. Facts.
I think
you can always find a parallel to it.
It also goes into something that they just mentioned, which was the fact that animes are starting to feel like cartoons, and cartoons are starting to feel like animes, where more animes are just focusing on action and not story, and cartoons are focusing on everything but the action. And I think that's the main reason why a lot of people will always say Avatar is an anime, even though it technically is not. But the fact that it has so much that a regular anime of nowadays doesn't have is crazy. Rivals update is today. You better not fall asleep mid match, bruh. Bro. You gotta see me tomorrow, bruh. See me tomorrow. I thought it was cut as it was on Nickelodeon. Oh no. I mean that is definitely another reason, but it's just because people want it to be an anime. Me, I would love it if it was an anime. It has everything most animes don't have. Okay. But Dark, when I wake up, download. I will download the Rivals update. Actually, probably after the stream, I'll just download it. It's just not a shonen anime. Even though it could easily be. It really could be. I do want to watch more of these back and forth from RDC because a lot of these could be very interesting to talk about. Oh man, Dark. We just have to. I'll be locked in hopefully. I would say Cap is still a tank, so don't worry. Yeah, the thankfully they only nerfed the health. I'm glad it was just the health. Cause man, if it was anything else, mm-mm. Yeah, they in they just had to buff Bucky. it's because Thunderbolts came out. Oh yeah, let me put on some music. Yeah, they look good. Yeah, it just sucks because, like, he keeps getting buffs. Not a fan, personally. Sentry as a tank, though? That could be cool. Hey, a Sentry could be cool as a tank. But I do feel like they're gonna make Sentry an attack, not an attack character, a DPS. This season is the last downtime, then it's craziness every month. Yes. Wonder who's gonna be the next character. We got a tank, then a healer, so we're probably gonna get a DPS next. I would hope for like another healer after the DPS, whoever that might be. Okay, but I'm noticing the time. I'm gonna get some sleep though. So, thank you all. Hope you all have a good rest of your day or night, whatever time zone. I will see you all tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do a early bounty rush stream because it seems like people like the early bounty rush. So I'll try to maintain that depending if depending on work. So for now, I'll see you guys. Until tomorrow. Oh yeah, let me just answer that real quick before I go. If it's X-Men theme, still either Jean, Elixir, or Colossus. Well, Jean and Elixir were already like pretty much leaked with their names, so I wouldn't mind Jean and Elixir. I just wish Jean was a healer, but you know, it'd be like that. Anyways, bye-bye.